Good evening. Today I'm going to be talking about Al-Noor International School Grade 8 lab exam for the second term. So I think most of your ICT teachers have given you these folders on your USB. If she's not giving you the worksheet, then I will be leaving a link for the ICT lab worksheet in the description on Google Drive. You can download it off of there. Today I'm going to be solving worksheet 2 and worksheet 3. So let's get started with worksheet 2. So this is what your question paper will most likely look like. This whole paper, if you are gonna practice this, then it's gonna open here on the Cambridge International Examination. So skip to page 7 of the PDF. As you can see, it's page 7. Where it says you are now going to be creating a short presentation. That's what we're gonna be focusing. So the question paper says import the file J224 landings RTF, placing the text as slides in your presentation software, and this should provide 5 slides. Now it wants us to make a presentation. It says here presentation, but if you look in your folder, you can't find a presentation here. So what you're supposed to do when you first enter the exam, or what you're most likely gonna do when you first enter the exam, is to create your own presentation. So right click and click on new, and then click on Microsoft PowerPoint presentations. You can just rename that to worksheet 2. Now it wants you to import J224 landings into this presentation. So what you're gonna do to import anything onto PowerPoint is to click on new slides. In the slides section, click on new slides, then click on slides from outline. So go to your worksheet 2, and there you go, J224 landing. This it also said in the question paper to make sure it provides you 5 slides. So if you have, for example, any excess slide, or a blank slide, or a slide that's not needed, then delete that slide, because you only need 5 slides in total. So the master slide must have a plain white background. So from here it says the master slide, so you have to go to master slide. To go to master slides, click on the view tab, then in master views click on slide master. Now whenever you click on master view, you will be in the last slide of master view. You have to always go to the first slide. Don't do anything in these slides. So make sure you're in the first slide if you're doing anything in your master slide. Okay, it says the master slide should have, or must have, a plain white background. We already have a white background. A black 3-point wide horizontal line across the width of the slide, about 3 centimeters from the top. Okay. So it wants a horizontal line. So to insert a line, let's go to the Insert tab. Then in Illustrations, go to Shapes. Then you're most probably gonna find the line here or here. Just take a straight line. You have to hold Shift, and then there you go. You have to hold Shift if you are doing a straight line. You want a black 3-point horizontal line. So we're gonna change the color of this by, it's just right here. Click on black, and then in Shape Outlines, we're gonna go to Shape Outline. Then in Weight, there is 3-point right here, about 3 centimeters from the top. So it wants it to be 3 centimeters from the top. We're gonna go to the size and position of the line to set its position correctly. So we're gonna right click on that line and then go to size and position. That's gonna take you to the size and position tab. We're focusing now on the position. The position we want to put this line in is vertically 3 centimeters on the slide, not horizontally. So we're going to go to vertical position, and here we're going to type in 3 centimeters. So now we have our line. Next, and we don't want this to overlap. These two down there so that the text doesn't overlap. The title Fish Landings in a black 48-point serif font above the line, aligned to the top right of the slide. Make sure the text does not wrap. Okay, so we're gonna insert a text box from the Insert tab, text section. You will find this A icon thing. That's the text box. Then we're gonna add it here in the top right font. So we're gonna type here Fish Landings, and it wants it in a 48 black serif font. So we're gonna do this as 48, change the size to 48, and it's already black in color, and then it wants a serif font. So we're gonna select the text and go to fonts, and I'm just gonna type in Times New Roman. There. A picture of a boat from clip art placed in the top left corner above the line. Resize the image so that it fits the space without touching or overlapping the line. Make sure that the aspect ratio is maintained. So we're gonna add a picture, so we're gonna go to the Insert tab, and then in the Images section we have Pictures. So in worksheet 2 of the ICT lab, we're gonna find a boat picture. We're just gonna insert that, and it wants the picture in the top left corner, and it wants to maintain the aspect ratio of the image. So to maintain an aspect ratio of the image without distorting it when we're resizing it by ourselves, we're just gonna move it from the corner. Don't move it from here. It's not correct. It's not maintaining the aspect ratio. So to maintain the aspect ratio while moving the image safely, we're gonna move the image from the corners right here. Okay, so we're just gonna move it like that from the corner to maintain its aspect ratio. Make sure it doesn't overlap on the line, and to make sure this image has its aspect ratio, we're gonna right click on the image, go to Size and Position. Then in the Size section, we're gonna find here Lock Aspect Ratio and Relative to Original Picture Size. You have to make sure these two has the tick box ticked. If it doesn't, then make sure it's ticked to maintain its aspect ratio. Your center number, candidate number, and name in a 10-point black serif font in the bottom left corner. We're gonna go to Insert. We're gonna insert a text box right here in the bottom left corner. We're gonna add our name. Then we're also gonna add our center number and candidate number. Don't forget, our candidate number is the PC number that you're sitting on. Then it depends on which center you're sitting in. One automatic slide number in the bottom center. So to do that, we're gonna insert another text box in the bottom center. Then we're gonna go to the Insert tab, and in the text section, right next to the text box here, you're gonna find this small sign with a hashtag on it. If you hover over it, you can see it's called Insert Slide Number. We're gonna click on that, and here we go. Make sure it's in the middle though. The first level bullets formatted in a 28-point font with square-shaped bullet style, example square. Okay, so the first level bullet is this one. We have a couple of levels here. This is the first level. So we're gonna make sure this is 28 points. So it is 28 points already. Then we're gonna also change the bullet style from circle to square. Then second level bullets formatted in a 20-point font, italic with arrow-shaped bullet styles, example this. So we're gonna go over to second level. It wants it at 20 points, so make sure it's 20, okay? Then it also wants it in italic, so you're gonna find italic here in the font. Here there's italic. Then you're gonna change the bullet style from circle to arrows. No master slide element, text, or image should overlap each other on any slide. Apply all slide master elements to all slides. Your master slide may look like this. From this point onwards, we're gonna close our master view. So we're gonna go to Slide Master tab right here. Then we're gonna close Master View. we're done with master slides. Insert a new slide before slide 1. Use a layout with title and subtitle for the new slide. So to insert a slide before slide 1, we're gonna make sure we're at slide 1. It's written here. Then we're gonna click right above slide 1. We're gonna get this line that's red in color. Then we're gonna go to new slides. Then we want a title and subtitle slide, which is the first one. Now we get a new slide with title and subtitle. Enter the text UK Fishing Fleet as a title and Summary of Species Landing as a subtitle. We've entered that. So, next question. On the first slide, insert a star shape in the bottom right corner. Enter the text 2011 in the center of the star. Make sure it's the first slide. It's just the slide we created right now. We want a star shape on the right corner. So we're going to go to the Insert tab and to Shapes, and we're going to find a star here. It didn't specify what color the star should be, so just leave it as it is. Then right click the star and find Edit Text with the same icon as text box. Click on that and then type in 2011. Create a vertical bar chart using the data in the file J224 type CSV. This chart should compare the quantity and value of each type of fish landed. So a CSV type file is an MS Excel file. So we're going to create a table from MS Excel. We're going to go over to J224 type. This is going to open our Excel file. Now, listen carefully to the question. It only wants the quantity and value. It does not want the total. It will only compare between these two, and it doesn't want the total. So when you are selecting to create the table, don't select total. And make sure not to select this row either because of the million that's overlapping, because that's not correct either. Because if you extend this, you'll find out that the million is actually with the value. So if you are selecting D, then that's incorrect. So select only these. Then go over to Insert. In Charts, you're going to find this icon of Insert Column or Bar Chart. Click on that. Click on a 2D column that's just simple. The first one, the clustered column one. Click on that. It says in the question that it should compare the quantity and value. There you go. We're only comparing between these two. Then it says label the chart with the title Fish Landed. So here you can see the chart title. Okay, Fish Landed. Category series labels displayed in full. The category series labels displayed in full are basically these numbers on the y-axis and these fish names on the x-axis. These should be shown in your chart. If these are not shown, you can click on the plus sign that's right here, and it's in the axis. As you can see, you have to make sure it's ticked because these are the category series labels that we're talking about. Now going back, access titles as fish types and numbers. So the access titles are the right here in the chart elements, again in the plus sign, chart elements, access titles. They want the access titles as fish type and numbered. So because fish type is first and because it's seen right here, fish type is in x-axis because it's also said first. So we're gonna say that this is the fish type one, and number should be on the y-axis. Place a chart to the left of the bullet points on the slide with the title Landing by the UK Vessels. So it wants us to take our chart from Excel to our PowerPoint. So to do so, click on one of the corners of the chart, right click and copy, or just Control C. Go back to your PowerPoint. It wants it in the Landing by UK Vessels slide. So listen to the question properly, okay? read the question properly. Place the chart to the left of the bullet points. The left of the bullet points. Right here we're given space in the right, not on the left. So what you're gonna have to do is change the position of these bullet points. So we're gonna take these bullet points and add them to the right to give some space for our chart that's gonna be inserted on the left. So right click and paste, or just Control V, and take your chart to the left. Make sure it's on the left. That's why you have to read your question properly. You have to save the presentation, then print it, and the rest is not necessary for grade 8. I think this is for grade 9. We're gonna save it and exit our presentation. There. So that's for worksheet 2.